Hello everybody, my name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is Friday, very late at night, like 10:30. Friday, August the 2nd, 2024. Welcome to my Flosstube. This is Flosstube number 83, I believe. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about all my cross stitch. And if you're returning to my channel, welcome back. Thanks so much for following along. If you have not, I feel like I have to burp. I just drank some bubbly. Excuse me, if you don't know what bubbly is, it's flavored water, but it's carbonated, like sparkling water. I just drank some right before I hit start on the video. Okay, if you have not seen, if you're new, it doesn't matter. You'll have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back again. But if you have not watched my plans video, you may want to go check it out. It's the video I posted right before this one, because I changed my plans again. So I have different projects to pick from now. We'll go over that in a little bit though. Okay, time to show you what I worked on. So we're going to talk about my whips. My room is a disaster because I just got done filming the plans video and I have not picked up from it because I wanted to get this filmed so I could work on editing both of these videos and at least get the plans one uploading while this one is doing its thing. And you know, it's a mess. It's a lot. So my room is a disaster. So you're going to see me doing this number when I go to pick my new projects because they are currently all sitting on the floor down there. So I'm going to show you what I worked on. I'm going to show you my, so what I was saying is I don't have my board. One board because we're changing everything up. But I'm going to show you what I worked on. I'm going to show you my whip of shame for the month of July, and then I'm going to show you the new whip of shame for the month of August. And then I will show you, we'll pull some new projects, and I'll kind of briefly go over what my plans are, very briefly, because I talk about it in the plans video. So if you want to know more, go check out that video. Okay. Here's my board for what I worked on so far, or what I worked on this week. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 projects to show you. And I am very pleased with my stitching this week. I got a very big goal done. I posted on my community page a sneak peek of the goal that I got done. So yeah, if you didn't see it, you'll see it in a little bit. Okay, let's go over what I worked on first. I don't know what to do. Okay, first up is from Cooler Design Studio. This artwork is by Sandy Orton, and this is called Summer Sampler, and this is what it's going to look like when it is done. I am stitching, this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. I am doing this 2/2 on a 28 count tea-dyed Monaco, and this is where I'm at with it now. So I decided to work in the lighthouse, basically there's like this whole scene that gets cut off by this, but this whole scene right here, I decided to work here, and that's where I'm at with it so far. I opted to, so I plan on doing like what I did here, where I backstitch those shells. Once this, I mean, it's not going to get worked on for a while now because of my new plans, but once I get the scene itself done, I will backstitch it before I move on to the next one. But yeah, I have all 4 of these sampler pieces started. One of them is now in my new plans rotation, not this one, but a different one. So yeah, all right, so there's that. You know what, let me do it like this. Let me just put those there. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, I didn't even tell you how many stitches I did I did 500 stitches on it. Sorry. I'm out of sorts. I need to go buy more sorts because I'm out. Okay, next up was a new start, and this is Spanish Sampler, page 36. It is out of the 101 Best Loved Designs from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. The design that I bought this book for, I have not even started yet. But I did start this one. I gotta go in from the side because a pattern is on the other page. That is what it's gonna look like when it's done. So I wanted to start this anyway, but I mainly started it. So there was a few pieces that I worked on solely because somebody had commented and said that they wanted to see it. I was looking to see if the artist, the designer, was on here at all, but I don't see it in the pattern part. But some of these pieces I worked on only because, not only, but I specifically worked on them because somebody said they wanted to see. They're like, I hope you work on this one. So this is where, so it was a new start, and this is where I'm at with it so far. I am doing this 2/2. The pattern itself says to use 3 strands on 28 count fabric, but a lot of the older patterns say that, and I felt like that was going to be too bulky, so I opted to do 2/2 on a 28 count casual linen, white, in the color white casual linen. But what I used for the satin stitches here, I used 3 strands. Let me get a little bit closer here. So the satin stitches here, I used 3 strands to try to make them a little bit thicker. And then this is a 4-sided back stitch. Basically, you're just making a box, but it's fun. And so I had satin stitches here, back stitching. I don't really count that as a specialty stitch, and satin stitches here, but this block right here is finished. And I got 527 stitches on it. I'm kind of estimating it in a way because I count my stitches for my games, and so I try to count as much as I can. Sometimes it's just too hard. So, but I was estimating 527 stitches because I was trying to think of how long a cross would be on here, and so I was kind of equating the satin stitches to how many it would be. So it's a rough estimate of 527 stitches, but yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Okay, next up, this was another piece that somebody had commented that they hoped that they would get to see worked on. This is Peacock Gnome by cutebroidery.com. And I got to show you the overall piece from far away because I do not have a cover photo for it. But I got to find it first. Oh, here it is. So this is Peacock Gnome from cutebroidery.com. Isn't it adorable? And I got, so this is where it was the last time you saw it. I'm using 2 strands of the called for DMC on a 14 count Aida from, it's a Charles Craft Aida. I picked this up at Joann Fabrics. It comes in a roll, and it's a printed Aida. But this comes in the typical 15 by 18, I think, rolls. And I did an additional 408 stitches on this, working kind of up here because there's so much blue that I didn't want to get tired of it in the end. So I would work some up in here, and oh my goodness, I worked some in the peacock feather, like coming out this way. I worked some down in the beard. So I got my band going, so it's like starting to blow this fabric around, but this is the fabric, the printed fabric. Yeah. So that's that one. All right, next up is one of my Harry Potter Stitch Your Own Adventure pieces. I'm doing this, I'm going to show you the cover or the mock-up of the parchment outline, because every piece is going to be different because you literally choose your own adventure with it. And so this pattern is no longer available, FYI. I say it every time, but I haven't had anyone ask me, but it's not available anymore. So I'm doing it 3 times. I'm doing one for myself and one for each of my kids. So this week I picked Peyton's piece. He's my older son, and I opted to work in parchment number 5, which I thought it was chapter 6, which was the Patronus, but this was actually chapter 5, which was divinations, potions class maybe. So you'll see what it looked like before I started. And so this is just outline. So let me just show you where I worked. So this is where I'm at with parchment number 5 for him. So with the potions class, what the story was so every chapter you get a letter, like you're writing a letter to your parents, you're the student, right? And so this chapter in particular was about the potions class teacher inviting people to like talk about this love potion. Like they were having this dinner party, right? And it's kind of like Harry, Ron, and Hermione. It's like you and your 2 friends. Well, one of your friends doesn't get invited. So the choose your own adventure part is, do you go? Because the one friend who didn't get invited was kind of upset. So it was like, well, you could go anyway, or you could, because she was like, oh, go ahead and go. I won't be upset. So do you go or do you not go? Because your friend wasn't invited. So Peyton opted to go ahead and go. And so he went to the dinner party. And so his backdrop is the fact that he gets to actually try to work on the love potion. And the idea is that the love potion smells different for everybody. Everyone will have different smells. So his options, it's on my computer. I didn't want to print all the stuff out because for one, it's a lot of pages, but 2, my printer's on the fritz. It's like it's on its period or something. I don't know. Sometimes it wants to print and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just working off of my computer when I work on these pieces. But his option was that he got to pick what his love potion smelled like. And so he chose coffee. I have to back stitch around it so it'll be more visible, but coffee, so that's a coffee bean, bread, and peaches. That's what he picked. He had 10 different ones, maybe 12 different ones to pick from, and those were the 3 that he picked. Coffee, bread, and peaches. So I started up here and I just kind of worked my way down so I could start getting to those, so I could at least get those done. But yeah, I'm happy with it. All right. Oh, wrong spot. Well, no, not wrong spot. Not wrong spot. Because my other son, Lachlan, his piece is actually one of the options, one of the pieces in my new rotation. So next up, I don't know if anyone said that they hope that they see me work on this piece, but someone did say that they bought this piece because I was showing it. So this is, I call it Compass. This is Rose of the Wind, I believe is what she calls it now. This is from Maya Stitch on Etsy. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And I'm doing this on another piece of that Charles Craft pre-printed Ada. Same color scheme, like blues and greens. And this is where I'm at with it so far. I got approximately 800 stitches. And I say approximately because the majority of what I stitched were half stitches. So that was most of what I did. And again, I count stitches for my games, and half stitches, 2 half stitches equal 1 full cross. So I basically kind of like can double when I work in stuff that's mostly half stitches. I can double the amount that I would have normally been able to stitch. Like when I counted this for my games, it was like 400 stitches for the night. But it was about 800 because most of it was half stitches, but I got the white stitches that were full crosses here, 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 and here. And then these down here were full crosses as well. But these white blobs here, when they get back stitched, they're going to be stars, like those right there. And this is a leaf, I think. Yeah, this is a leaf, but it has to be back stitched, but I got to fill that in first. But that won't be for a while because this is not in my new rotation. So, and if you get this pattern and you go to print it out, be careful when you print it out, because luckily it doesn't affect me at all right now. It didn't mess up my pattern, but I did not realize that when I printed it out, the bottom of the top pages, because it's 4 pages total, the bottom of the top pages stops. Well, my printer did this. It could actually be fine if I printed it elsewhere. Stops at 80, and the top of the bottom pages starts at like 82 or something like that. There's like a couple rows missing off that didn't get printed. Like they're on the deal. So I just have to, but I'm not down there right now. And when I started like in the middle and worked my way up. So it's fine. But I'm glad that I was only working in 1 page, because if I would have tried to go down, oh, I would have been so pissed. Anyway, so about 800 stitches for that. All right, next up is from the Cross Stitch Studio, and this is Amazonia. I cut the underside of my tongue. I don't know if I cut it on my Invisalign. I may have, because I can feel the cut like right where my Invisalign is. Oh, that's great, because I'm going to be in these for a while. Damn it. I'm waiting for it. So I got Invisalign like last year, and I'm almost done with it. I have 1 tooth that is being very stubborn, but I'm at the point now where I saw my dentist last week. He tried making an adjustment himself on my Invisalign so I don't end up with more trays, because I was supposed to be done back in like April or May or something like that. But anyway, I needed refinements. I think I've done refinements like twice. And I told him, I said, you know what? It's literally 1 tooth that's being very stubborn. I told him, I said, I don't care about this tooth anymore. It can stay crooked. I don't care. I'm done. I go in on Monday. I said, I go in this coming Monday. I said, I do not care if it is still crooked when I come in next Monday. I told him this last week. I said, scan me for retainers and let's call it a day. He's like, okay. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to be in these trays until my retainers come in. So I'm going to have to ask him if he can help me like fix the back of the bottom one, because I think that's how I cut my tongue, because I can feel it. Now I keep like, anyway, Amazonia. This is a, I think it might be an AI piece. I'm not sure. It's from Romance Art. It's 400 by 490. It has 107 colors. I don't know what Romance Art is. It's Romance with a Z. Romance Art. But that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. I'm doing it 2/1 tent stitch half cross on the diagonal on a 28 count easy count Lugana. And I did 800 stitches on it. Ooh, upper right hand corner start, because when I do my when I do my full coverage as an intent stitch, I decided that I'm going to do the diagonals from right to left because my stitches go from left to right. So I figure I could like counterbalance the tension by doing the diagonals in the opposite direction that my stitches go. I almost have that diagonal done, almost, but I got 800 stitches completed on it. And I have done a total of 1,620 stitches out of 196,000. I am at 0.83%. And I am pleased with how that is turning out so far. So these are my parked threads right here. And then I did not want to flip my work over and end my threads. So what I'm doing is if my thread needs to end, I'm bringing it down further, kind of doing like this longer diagonal stitch and then coming up and clipping it close to the fabric. And by the time I get over here, it'll be stitched over to secure it in place. So I'll just kind of stick my needle in there, pop that out, and then just cut it right at the fabric, and then it'll get buried. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Okay, next up is my Heaven and Earth Sal. I'm saving my Whip of Shame for the end. Next up is my Heaven and Earth Sal, right? Hang on. Yes. The Sal is now closed, so you can no longer join it. I talk about this every week, so I'm just going to very briefly say I have a goal to finish this so I can get all the free goodies that come along with the finished pattern. My pick out of the 10 ones that we had to pick from was Merry Mushroom Village Picnic 2 by Amy Stewart. It is 300 by 205. It has colors, 90 colors. So, all right, I'll go ahead and say it again. So we had 10 patterns to pick from. This was the one I chose. If you complete 4 pages by the end of the year, then you get all the patterns that were offered. If you complete the entire piece by the end of the year, then you get all 10 patterns. Well, 9 really, because you had 10 to pick from and you already have 1. You get all the patterns that were offered plus 2 off of the Heaven and Earth website for free. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. I am converting this into a diagonal from the right hand side. I've been working all over the place, but I am getting this converted into a diagonal from the right hand side. I am now enjoying this piece again, and I did a total of, not that great, 945 stitches. This is where I'm at with it now. I mean, it looks good, but this is where I'm at with it now. I will work on it this weekend. Hang on. I was trying to fold it up so it was more concise, but then the bottom was getting covered. My board is, my display board, the board I used to like back my stuff, is over in the corner behind a bunch of stuff. So I got to clean this room up tonight after I get done with this, while my videos are getting edited and uploaded. But yeah, that's the rest of it. So 945 stitches done since the last time you saw it in this diagonal here. So I just need to finish that and then I'll move on to the next. I do my diagonals in 20 stitch wide diagonals because I like how the progress shows up more that way. So I currently have, the total stitch count is 61,500. But this gets released in parts. So 3 parts have been released. So I'm going to give you these numbers based off of parts 1, 2, and 3. I have 33,338. I should have done 940 stitches and then it would be 33,333. Anyway, 33,338 stitches done out of 58,860. So I am 56.64% complete with parts 1, 2, and 3. So, those of you cheering me on to finish this by the end of the year, don't give up hope. I was planning on working on this last night, but I opted instead to truck on through and complete my goal for Honeymoon Sunset, which is what I'm going to show you next. It's right here. Next up is Honeymoon Sunset. Well, yeah. I was like, well, let me show you my whip of shame. No, let me show you Honeymoon Sunset first. So this is Honeymoon Sunset. Artwork is, it's charted by the Cross Stitch Studio, and artwork is by Abraham Hunter. Oh my God, my plans video, I did not even talk about Honeymoon Sunset. I just realized that. Whoopsies. Okay. Wow. Okay, Honeymoon Sunset, charted by Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. Has 133 colors. I may have to put in the description box what the plans are for Honeymoon Sunset. Okay, Alara and I challenged each other. She has Dragons of the Sabbat by Pain Free Crafts. I have Honeymoon Sunset by the Cross Stitch Studio. We each wanted to get 25,000 stitches on it. When I showed this last week, I needed 1,997 stitches to complete my 25,000 stitch challenge. I got the goal done. I did a total of 2,296 stitches. I will show you the diagonal first. I opted to work on this for 3 nights so that I could get the diagonal done and also the challenge done. I got the diagonal completed. And I went ahead, look at that, look at tight. Look at that. I'll show you the whole piece in a minute. And then I opted to do a few more stitches in here so that I could get it to an even percentage, because I had estimated at the beginning of the year that I would have this at, I was thinking another 25,000 stitches would bring it to 34.5%. When I got the 25,000 stitches done, I was at 34.49%. That's pretty good math, estimating, huh? So I went ahead and threw in some extra stitches until I hit 34.5%. So I could have an even percentage. So I have 194,566 stitches done out of 563,981. I am at 34.5%. I'm doing this 2/1/10 stitch on a 25 count easy count Lugana. I have so much shit behind me, I can't back up to show you the whole thing. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. I mean, I showed the picture on my community page because I had Peyton hold it up for me while I took a picture. But 34.5%. I am so pleased. I am super proud of myself for getting this challenge done so early in the year too. Our original plan was to get it done in June, and then life happened and we agreed to extend it to the end of the year, and then I get it done at the end of July. How cool is that? Only 1 month behind our original deadline. Our original deadline was by the end of June, well, 25 weeks, which was going to be June. And I got it done only 1 month late. That's not too bad, considering it's 25,000 stitches. Look at that gazebo. So, one more look at this diagonal because it's just so awesome. Love it. Oh, and while I'm going up in the sky up here, right, I get these random green threads and brown threads, just a couple stitches right here. And I was like, I'm in the sky. What is that? What is that? And I look at the piece, at the cover photo, It's a fucking palm tree again. I hate palm trees if you didn't know. I hate palm trees. So I got another palm tree coming in. Okay, so I completed my goal. I can't believe I didn't talk about this in my plans video. Maybe I will do a separate video real quick of this, just talking about the plans. I'll insert it right in the middle. So you're probably going to see that, and then I'm going to be sitting here, I didn't talk about it. Yes, you did. This is why. I think I'm going to just talk a separate little blip about the plans for Honeymoon Sunset, and I'm going to insert it right smack dab in the middle between the two, because I did it in two separate videos. So I'll insert that in the middle, I think. But my plan, I originally was going to have a plan when I was going to start these plans in 2025. I was going to get it to 40%. When I did the math, that's only about 6.5%. And when I did the math, I was like, well, if I get it to 45%, that's 60,000 stitches. I could do that in 18 months. Because like I would like to get, so this, all my other stuff, these are going to be continuous plans. This piece right here, I want to set a goal to have it to 45% before the end of 2025. It's about 60,000 stitches. And I can do that in 18 months, no problem. I did 25,000 stitches in 7 months. Yeah. So if I keep going the way that I am, I think I could do that. I think I could get it to 45%, because once I don't have to worry about the hate style, like once this year is over, the only focus pieces I'm really going to have, unless I have a special thing, unless I have a special event, the only focus pieces I'm going to have as of this moment, once 2025 starts, will be my Whip of Shame and Honeymoon Sunset. Everything else will just be rotations. I can do that. So my new goal for this is to get it to 45% by the end of next year. I am currently at 34.5%. I'm happy. Okay. Next up is my Whip of Shame for the month of July. And what did I do with the cover photo? It is an old kit from Bucilla called Bless This Nest. I got this back in 2014. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is what it looked like at the start of the month. This is where I was. When I pulled this, I thought that I would be able to get it done by the end of the month. And then once I decided that, and then I really started looking at it, I was like, oh, there's no way in hell I'll have this done by the end of the month. What was I thinking? It is not done. Don't get excited. It is not done. But this is what I got to this month. Look at that. Holy cow. So I did 3,000, I'm trying to think now. 3,518 stitches, I believe. The part I'm unsure about is the 18. I know it was 35 something. I'm pretty sure it was 3,518. But yeah, that's what I got done this month on this piece. I still have a ways to go. Like I still have all that cross stitching to do, like up here and everything. And then there's still a lot of back stitching. So no, I'm not going to keep this out and just keep working on it. And it's not close enough to be in my finished basket. If you've already watched my plans video, it's not that close. Okay. So I was saving this stuff for last because you guys participated in this decision. So the whip of shame for the month of August, you guys had the option of Once Upon a Time or Magnificent Wizard. They were equal in my eyes. They were only 1 year apart with their age. Once Upon a Time was 2001. Magnificent Wizard was 2002. They're both kind of fancy. Someone pointed that out, and I meant to say it last time, and I forgot. They're both kind of fancy. Once Upon a Time is a woman standing on a mountain with a unicorn. The other one is a dragon and a wizard, like doing the whole like with a castle in the background. They're both kits. One is on Black Ada. The Wizard is on Black Ada. Once Upon a Time is on White Even Weave. I was about the same amount of progress with both of them. When I was counting, I've been counting the votes for the past 2 weeks, and man, it was close. Holy cow. Like all the other time that you guys voted, it was a pretty obvious upset. But this one, it was really close. Like it really was. I mean, it was like when I was like tallying everything up, I would heart the comment, mark it and everything. And it was like, they were like dead even, like 1 vote apart for like almost the entire 2 weeks. And then like the last 3 days, a bunch more votes came in. Again, I don't know if you already voted or not. So if you voted twice, shame on you. But a lot of votes came in the last few days, and one pulled ahead. And the winner had 61 votes, and the loser had 56 votes. So it sounds like it's, old, but yeah, I mean, it was like literally before my last Flosstube, it was 37 and 38. Like, I mean, it was like that counting, like every time I got like 5 votes for one, I got 5 votes for the other. And it was like that going the entire 2 weeks until the very end, and more people voted, but one pulled ahead and won by 6 votes, which honestly is not a lot. The winner that I have to torture myself with for the next 30 days. Well, 28 days at this point. Magnificent Wizard. Magnificent Wizard. This is a Dimensions Gold collection. Artwork is by Don Mates. So, I mean, I was okay either way, really, but I was like, in the end, I'm kind of like, man, I kind of hope Once Upon a Time wins, but it's okay. Just because I thought it was pretty. Okay, so this is the starting point for the month. I've only worked on this once. Today's the 2nd, so I only worked on it last night, so I only got 100 stitches on it. And so I'm not going to do any stitching tonight because I got a lot of cleanup and editing to do. So I will make up today's stitches when I do my stitches on this tomorrow. But this is where I'm at with it. And I did my 100 stitches right up here. So the next time you see this, I'll be filming on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next time you see this, you should see at least 600 stitches. And again, if they're half crosses, I'm going to do 2 of them to count as 1. So it may be more than 600 depending on that. Like it's going to be counted as 600, but it will appear to be more because of the half crosses. So yeah, with the Whip of Shame for the month of August is Magnificent Wizard. Congratulations to everybody who voted for that. And I'm sorry to the ones who did not vote for it. But Once Upon a Time will be in the basket to be in the running for the Whip of Shame for the month of September. So keep hoping. Okay. All right. So that's all my whips. very, very brief rundown of my plans. I changed everything up. It's in the previous video. I now have 20 full coverage projects to pick from, not counting my focus pieces. I now have 20 non-full coverage pieces to pick from. I have my Whip of Shame. I'm keeping Honeymoon Sunset out to continue working on it. I have my Hate Sal that I need to finish by the end of the year. I now have a new piece that I'm working on, that I will be starting, that will not be counted in my rotation pieces. For Peyton. Oh dear. Oh no, it's at the bottom of this pile. Oh no. So my son, here it is. My son asked me to, we saw this piece from Stitchman Darcy, and it's called Yippee-Ki-Yay Motherfucker. It's from Die Hard, if you've never seen the movie. Yippee-Ki-Yay Motherfucker. And he asked me if I would stitch this for him. So I'm going to. It will be a new start. This does not count towards my new start plans because this is a special piece for him, like separate. It's my new focus. My original plan was to stop work on Honeymoon Sunset and then work on this instead. And but I'm keeping Honeymoon Sunset out. I'm just adding this to the mix. So you probably will not see Honeymoon Sunset next week because I need to catch up on the Hate Sal and I want to get a start on this for sure. I was looking for the piece on Pattern Keeper because I wanted to tell you how many stitches it is. Son of a Motherless Goat. Where is it? Here it is. It's 6,661 stitches. So it's not very big at all. Like for some people, yeah, that's a lot. But for me, like honestly, if I worked solely on this, I would have it done in less than 2 weeks. I'm not going to solely work on it, but this I will very easily have done before Christmas time, which is when I told him it would be done. So there's that. Okay, my full coverage pieces. I have not made my boards for tracking because I don't need them until next week. So I'm going to do that later, like either tonight in the middle of the night or this weekend. But my full coverage pieces, I want to have 10,000 stitches on them. My non-full coverage pieces, I want to have 5,000 stitches on them. I will pick one new start every week. The new start will get 3,000 stitches. I'm limiting myself to 5 new starts in the rotation at once. So once I hit 5 new starts, I will pull one every week. If I start every new start I pull for the next 5 weeks, I will not pull any new starts until one of those new starts hits 3,000 stitches. And then that will get put away and I will pull a new one. And then I have some potential finishes that like projects that are close to being done. I'm going to pick one of those. So I'm going to pick 2 full coverages, 2 non-full coverages, a potential finish. My exception is going to be the new start this week because me and Alara have a new start plan that we're going to do this weekend together. So let me show you the new start first. I have to cut fabric for it still. I don't have fabric for it. Well, I do have fabric, but I just have to like get it. It's in my closet. But my new start is a piece that I just bought off of Etsy and she did too. And I do not remember the name of it. But it is from Blue Fox Stitchery on Etsy. It is a friend of, well, me and her are friends on Facebook, but I don't really know her. Ariana, friend of Alara's for sure. She's actually helping Alara. This is what it's going to look like. It's cherry blossom. What's it called? Oh my God, cherry crop? I don't know. I'm calling it cherry blossom. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And me and Alara are going to start it this weekend. like I said, I have to get fabric for it, but we're gonna start it Sunday. But it's from Blue Fox Stitchery on Etsy. I will link her shop down below. Okay, so that's my new start. Let me go ahead and pick my potential finish. Right now, I don't have very many, so I just have them sitting in the lid. My potential finish that, like, when I say potential finish, I do not mean that I will get it finished this week. I mean, I will put stitches in on it to work on getting it finished. Gingerbread Smalls Train. Some of these are handwritten because it was a hot mess express earlier. It really was. Oh my God. I was having a hell of a time. That's why I'm filming so late at night. I was planning on filming earlier. I was having issues with my printer. I couldn't get all my slips done that I wanted. Like, it was a mess. So my working towards a finished piece, that's what we're gonna call it. Working towards a finished piece is Gingerbread Smalls from 2022 from Twin Peak Primitives, and the train down here. I have 3 of these things started. The other ones are in my new start basket. I'm doing this 2/2 on a 28 count even weave in the color Cornflower from, is it Fiber on a Whim? Yes, Fiber on a Whim. And one moment. I have like all these, it's on a really big piece of fabric, so that's where I'm at with that one. That's my starting point. It's only like, I mean, I've only worked on it once. I don't even know if I really should have made it a new potential for a finish, but it's whatever. But that's where I'm at with that one. So I will see if I can get some stitches thrown in on this so that it can get done this year. All right, so there's my finish, potential finish. I have stuff everywhere. Okay, so we're just gonna pick 2 full coverages and 2 non-full coverages. What's this one? I don't even know what basket this is. This is not my normal basket. My normal basket is sitting down there with a bunch of slips in it from my plans video. So I have either full, I think this is full coverages. I don't know. What is this? Full coverages. Jukebox. Let me go ahead and pull all of these. My other full coverage is going to be Coming to Room. And then my 2 non-full coverages for the week. First one up is Sweet Bee. And then the other one will be, there we go. The other one will be, drum roll please, Home Sweet Home. Okay. Coming to Room. Bear with me. I don't have my stuff organized yet from my plans video because I wanted to get this shit filmed. So, one moment. So I just have everything still in the pile. All right, so here's the 2 full coverages. Home Sweet Home and Sweet Bee. Talk amongst yourselves. Here's Home Sweet Home. And here's Sweet Bee. Okay. first up that I'm going to show you is Coming to Room. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Coming to Room Max Color. Artwork is by Jan Patrick Kresny. It's 875 by 626, has 239 colors. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I feel a little off, so if something seems not right with my floss tube tonight, I apologize, but I think it's because I filmed the plans video right before this. I feel very off, and I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. But this is my starting point with it. There we go. So I'm currently sitting at 0.11%. And I'm going to convert this. It's 1/1 full cross on this China fabric that I have. And I got the fabric from AliExpress. That's why I call it China fabric. But I'm going to convert this into a diagonal. Okay, then my other full coverage for the week is Jukebox by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artworks by Cyril Marchetti, and this is also a max color. This one is 500 by 666 stitches. It has 238 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is also going to be converted into a diagonal. It is being done, oh shit, 1/1. I couldn't remember if it was 10 stitch or full cross. 1/1 full cross on, looks like a 28 count easy count Lugana. I will convert this into a diagonal as well, and this one is at 0.5%. I will do the more detailed stitch count of where I'm at and everything if I actually work on it. So like I said, I got a lot of stuff to work on. Okay, the first non-full coverage piece up is from Design Works. This is a kit called Home Sweet Home. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I think it's also throwing me off because I literally just showed all this stuff in my plans video that I just filmed like an hour ago, less than an hour ago. I think this is how it goes. So it's like, I just showed this. That's my starting point on that one. Ah! Hang on, I gotta get this back in the bag. This place is such a mess. Oh my God. And last one is from Stitch Rovia. And Home Sweet Home, I'm just using whatever came in the kit. Stitch Rovia Sweet Bee. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm doing it 2/2 on a 28 count. Is it Jobelin? I don't have the sticker. Unless it's on here. It's in the color lamb's wool. I remember that. Whatever kind of fabric that is. Is that lamb? Is it Jobelin? I know it's an even weave. Pretty, I don't know. I know it's the color lamb's wool. I got it on 1, 2, 3 stitch. That's my starting point. So, I have those pieces. So the 2 non-full coverages, I will work towards getting to 5,000 stitches. I mean, I'm not going to get 5,000, but right now, but they have the goals of 5,000 stitches. The 2 full coverages have goals of 10,000. I have my new start that I'm doing with Alara on Sunday. I got my Whip of Shame. I got my hate cell that I got to catch up on. I have Peyton's piece that I have to get a start on, and I have Honeymoon Sunset. May or may not get worked on this week. Depends on how everything else goes. little bit more relaxed right now with that one because I really want to get caught up on the hate cell. Like I need to get some work on that because I intended to work on both of them for 2 nights and I ended up working on the hate cell for 1 night last week, and Honeymoon Sunset I worked on like 3 nights. Because the night I was going to work on the hate cell, I ended up finishing up my goal for Honeymoon Sunset. Mainly because I didn't want to be like, I only have 400 stitches left to finish the goal. Like, I was like, let me just do it tonight and get it done. So, and then I have my working towards a finish. That's right. Oh my God. I have so much to clean. You want to see it? Okay. It's going to shake. So if you don't want to see it, close your eyes. I'm going to try to see without. All right. So this is one of my bins that I got to reorganize all my whips. But hang on. Look, this is my current rotation. Like when I pull from my baskets for right now, this is what I have to pick from. So I got to get that organized. I'm trying to do this without shaking you too much. Ooh. Here's another bin. There's my basket because I know where to put it. Here's another bin. There's more bins behind me. And there's another one, but I don't want to flip this around too much. There's another bin right down here at my feet. I got a pile of whips. Oh wait, hold on. No, maybe I will. We're going for a ride again. Ooh. So I'm doing this so I can tell where I'm at. So there's another bin there. There's my basket. There's a pile of whips over here. Ooh. Oh, Lord. Okay. And you've landed. Okay. I've got a right mess to clean up. So, for having so much to show you, this really was not that long of a video, honestly, compared to my other ones. That's why I feel like something's off. I feel like I forgot something. Oh, I didn't update boards. That's why. But I'm not going to because I'm changing it up. So, like I said in my plans video, I have these dry erase boards. They're not as big as Kelly's, but I have these dry erase boards that I'm going to write the whips down on, the current picks. Not this week, but like the ones I have to pick from. I'm going to write them down, and depending, I got to see how big the boards are with my handwriting and stuff. I'm either going to do the whip with how, it's definitely going to be the whip and how many stitches have been completed on it. So I'm going to do mine a little bit differently than hers. I'm either going to have it listed with the whip and how many stitches have been done on it, or I'm going to do the whip, how many stitches, and then a separate column with how many are left. And so I'll be adding to how many have been done total and subtracting how many are left, because I want to include that if I can, because that'll kind of give all of us a good visual down the road once more progress gets done as to how much more work I have to do, as opposed to me being like, oh, I've done like 8,648 stitches on this full coverage piece. I need, trying to math in my head, oh, maybe 1,400, and then I could be like, oh, this is how many stitches I need. And then I could see if that's something I would want to focus on when it gets pulled again. Does that make sense? It does to me. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, there's Gracie. Hey, girl. She's too far away. There's too many whips between us. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And if you liked what you had to see and you're not already subscribed, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And that's it. So take care, happy stitching, get a lot of stitches in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.